What's up, guys? My name is Jay. This is Enhanced Trades, and we trade live every morning. And let's just jump right into it, right? I don't like to keep any fluff, no BS, right into it. So, right now, we're just going to do a little market recap as always. Look at the pre market session, as well as the overnight session for the ES. That's what we trade mainly. And pretty much, as we can see, overnight, same thing, pumping up. Pre-market right now, starting to reverse a little bit, but we are still holding above the 200 EMA. If we could get a nice bounce, that would be nice. That would be a nice area for an entry to go long. And yeah, so we're going to be waiting it out. The 200 EMA bounce is always a good play, as well as going off our support and resistance lines. I think the coffee hit me just a bit more today, so I am pretty excited and jumpy today. So let's see how it goes. I will be typing out my game plan for today in a minute, but right now I'm just going to explain what happened over the pre-market. Woke up pretty early today, kind of just sat at the desk, reviewing stuff, trying new stuff out. And then today, I think it might just be more of a price action day. So instead of, I normally look at the Heikin-Ashi candles. Now I'm going to be turning the regular candlesticks and then just going for pure 1 point scalps out of just reading price action, honestly. Obviously, we're going to be waiting for our algo plays as well. We had a pretty nice play overnight around 2 a.m. Beautiful play, but obviously I was dead asleep then. Um, but yeah, some of the things that we need to be very cautious about today is the Fed, right? At 2 p.m., there's going to be the Fed meeting, and it's the last one before the election. So that's something to really watch out for. It's going to make a big impact for futures traders in the stock market as a whole, right? Because we all know during election time, everything's a mess. Everyone tries to control the stock market and trying to promote that. We know, especially with Trump, that he boasts about the stock market when it doesn't really have an effect on it. It's the Fed that has the effect on it. But we'll see how that goes. There is rumors and news saying that the Fed's gonna keep low interest rates. So that's gonna be very interesting because that might just keep us going on this bull run, even though we just pulled back heavy after that sell off in March, right? This is like the fastest comeback we ever had. So that's something to really keep in mind. Because like my expectations was overall that we were going to, this pump up happen, but eventually it has to come down. You can't have highs every single day, right? It has to reverse, especially when the economy is not in a good place. Yeah, not increasing interest rates is good only for the people that are already like making money, have the job, and are secured. Not for the people that are struggling right now. The unemployment rate increasing. I know it decreased for a little bit, but I see it increasing again in the next couple months. And then COVID cases increasing, not help. And as winter approaches us, especially in the Northeast, right? I live in the Northeast, it starts getting cold. If people start going to indoor things, I am scared, man. I'm personally scared. Like, I wish we could just be over with this. A vaccine come out, at least have that go back to normal. and figure everything else out. And then there's also the new inflation policy, which is something to pay attention to. So if you guys have time today, definitely watch what the Fed has to say at 2 p.m. Very big deal. Something you need to be paying attention to. I'm not going for my bounce off the support and resistance level today just because it already hit it. I like to go for the first test, even though it can happen on the second time too, right? I prefer to go on the first test. I already went for 2 scalps this morning, so pure price action plays, right? I'll show you. I just put this little clock up here just because I like seeing the seconds and countdown. But overall, 200 profit right there, and then just I only took 2 trades. Pure price action. I just want a quick scalp. This is the 5-minute charts, regular candlesticks today. I will switch back and forth. I'm gonna let the first 15 minutes happen, do its thing, and then I'll look for potential plays. I don't see any type of algo alert coming up in the first 15 minutes either. Get a nice little pump. Morning, Chris. Yeah, right now, we've seen this happen every day so far. The first 5 minutes has just been creating a choppy candle, and then we're gonna let it do its thing, especially when market's a bit weak. And there is a normal tendency before the Fed speaks, market gets to be a little weak, and then at 2 p.m., that's when we see a big surge to either direction based on what they're talking about. So pay attention to that. If you want to go for a big move, that's definitely an option today. But you have to react really quick. The Fed meetings for the ES and NQ are just like how crude oil has its weekly Wednesday morning reports at 10:30, and you see crude oil just jump a ridiculous amount. Same thing happens most of the time with ES and NQ. What I would personally like to see for today is, since we did push up in the morning, finally start to sell off a little bit. We are hitting our support area as well as a 200 EMA. Those are good support areas. I like the fact they're next to each other, more confluence, and we're gonna see if we can hold above the 200 EMA, have a nice reversal, and that's potentially a nice to get into. Something Let's see how we hold up above the support level, right? It has been tested multiple times before, kind of broke through it. It'll be interesting to see if we're gonna make a clean flush or if it's still gonna be a good area. We're pretty much just selling off at the moment. Let us do its thing. First 15 minutes, I like to sit on the side. I get something very nice, but right now, that's not the case. If I get an alert on the algo, you guys will obviously know if you join the Discord already. The link's already down below if you're new. But you'll always see me talk about it pretty quick. We will draw out our morning range as normal right after, this candle finishes. Sorry, right now I think I have to sneeze, but I'm not trying to. It's a weird feeling, right? It's like you trying to, but it's not coming. Very interesting formation right now, guys. Definitely a nice formation for a reversal. So after this 5-minute candle reverses, sorry, after the 5-minute candle finishes, we will look to see if we can go long. As long as it sustains and starts pushing with the bulls, right? I want the bull pressure to be there and I want it to be strong. When you look at the volume here, low volume nodes, high volume, high volume. You can easily play a nice little quick scalp play right from here to here. It's only like about 2 points. So we can try to catch half of the move for a quick play. So for 1 point. Now that confirmation has appeared, so no longer looking for that reversal until I see some more buyers step in. Yeah, this is a nice little sell off at the moment. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. Really trying to grow out here. And that like button helps with the YouTube algorithm. I'd really appreciate it. You guys know, anytime you guys like, I always do appreciate it. And I'm genuine with it. It's not like I get paid from YouTube or anything. I kind of just do this to meet new people as well as just educate them as well as provide them a new method with trading. Yeah, guys, right now it's pretty much selling off. I'm gonna see if there's any type of buyer stepping in, and then when they are, I'll go for a quick scalp. Trying to read the price action at the moment. I don't want to get in on anything like this. That's when you can get burned because high reversals happen at the same candle. For the two people that just liked the video right now, thank you. I think we might just hit some consolidation in the markets because I'm looking at the 1 hour charts for the NQ and the ES on the side as well, and where you're pretty much we just crossed over that 200 EMA level. We after our little tech sell off, we're trying to recover, and we will bounce back and forth around that price. For ES is it's right around 33.9825, and obviously give it you will bounce around like 10-15 points around that price. That's very normal. But we have been making that push to the upside finally going, and I think today at 2 p.m. will give us that final boost. If the markets want to continue, the institutions want to step in, we could see that nice boost to the upside. And I'm still holding on to that ARKK position about this the ETF. I'm up about 4% in it. Just letting it run. Probably take it off by the end of the week. Unless it can, we can. I'm just looking for that big pump that we're gonna get once tech rebounds completely. Yeah, I agree, Dragon. Like it is that is a situation, but you have to understand too, right? It's like the long term effects that it'll have by us pushing it off like this is very bad. Market crashes are necessary for us to continue how we live. Isn't we can't be a powerhouse like all the time. We can't be a powerhouse 100% of the time. We need to take these setbacks. Just like the markets where it's like we have those pullbacks every day. They need to have the pullbacks like for a couple months. That's why every time we have a depression, we tend to come rise higher and higher because we rebound. But whenever we delay that mini depression, that's when we run into major problems. The more we delay it, the bigger crash that we have. And that's my worry, right? And it's going to be very interesting because like a mortgage forbearance has been going on for a while. I think it's still for the next couple of months. And that's essentially just letting people not pay their mortgages, push it off. They're still going to owe the money, just that they don't have to make payments right now. They're going to delay their mortgage like an extra year. But I feel like once push comes to shove and the banks want their money back and they want people to pay up and they don't have that money, foreclosures are going to happen, houses are going to be in the market, people are going to be already unemployed. So it's like, I feel like the more we push it off just because of these elections, that's the one biggest factor too. Like, it's being controlled by the election year because all the politicians and everything they want to push it so like the market's good so that hey, they have that PowerPoint where they can be like, oh, look at what we did for the markets. Our market economy has been booming. It hasn't been. The markets have only risen because of tech stocks, and then the economy as a whole has been a shithole. Because like with unemployment and how way everyone's reacting to everything, as well as like their spending habits, we are not in a good condition right now. And once you dive deep into the stuff, you see like, wow, like we are pretty messed up. So yeah, not caring about inflation worries me the most because they're in charge of making sure we keep that inflation limited to that 2%. And now they're just saying, "Oh, we'll just let it go and let it do whatever happens, and then we'll see if we can average it out to 2% a year." And whenever that happens, like whenever other countries have done that, they entered hyperinflation. That's when we see a lot of trouble. Like a lot of countries don't recover from that. I think there's one country in Africa that had like one state or whatever that had hyperinflation and they never recovered from that. Japan had hyperinflation for a while and then they struggled with that for a long. I think they might a little bit. So I don't want us to enter hyperinflation and stuck with that, you know. I appreciate the extra likes you guys just gave. Thank you so much. Yeah, right now we only have $200 for the day. Still good. I'm kind of just trying to read out price action at the moment, and then trying to wait for an algo alert and trying to see if we can get a nice reversal going, because that can be a nice potential entry. Like, even though I kind of like how the price action's working over here and we're trying to push higher, I don't want to get in because I feel like this might become our resistance point, and then the 200 EMA. I like to go off for the bounces of the 200 EMA. I went for a bounce right here for a point, easy fill, but since we broke through it already, touched it, first test has been done, I don't want to mess with it. Those are just my personal rules. I know some people like to go for it as many times as they can. My personal rules from my experience are just first test is the best test. That's just a rule I follow. Right now, even though I want to get long after this candle, I kind of don't want to risk it because it's just, there's a couple things that are going against me, right? Always want to trade with the odds in your favor. I mean, looking at the overall picture, even from the overnight session, right? If we can reverse right here, that would be the one of the bigger pivot lows, which is still okay because then we can continue that uptrend. Because even though we broke through the mini pivots over here, the big pivots, once we zoom out, we see first pivots here, second pivots here, third pivots here, and this can potentially be the fourth pivot, and we're still in good hands for the uptrend. If it breaks below this, that's when I'd be worrisome. So if it breaks below 33.93, that's something to be consider and understand, like, hey, a trend shift might be happening because major pivot points are being broken through. That's just understanding pure trend, right? And the easiest way is to also just look at the 200 EMA prices going below it. You know, trend's kind of changing. Wanted to get in for a point right here, but I'm going to hold myself back. I don't want things working against me. There's just too much resistance here. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like the fact that they're just trying to average it in. They should be controlled and understand, like, hey, like, try to keep it to a 2% minimum, because, like, if we start hearing hyperinflation and then you don't see companies raising their wages, people are really gonna stop. Like, they are literally gonna stop. Businesses are just gonna pump the price up. Your dollar store is gonna be like the $10 store, and then people are still getting paid minimum wage. It's like, that's not gonna work. That's not how you can have a growth economy. No, I didn't say God in our favor. I mean, yeah, it's like, obviously having God's side is always good, but I said odds. I said odds in our favor. Because trading is pretty much just math. Everything in trading is based off of math. 90%. Good news is at 10. Oh, the news that we have in about 1 minute is the business inventories, the NAHB housing market index, as well as the retail inventories. The retail inventories are slightly more important, as well as the business inventories, but they're not a major player. We might just get a nice little pump. We'll wait that 1 minute, let it sing. We can potentially get in for an entry. Went for that point, we would have got it. See what happens at see. Is the news effective at all? Not a big player. Type of news is important. What's really important is at 2 o'clock, right? FOMC economic projections. The FOMC statement comes out. The Fed interest rate discussion. The whole press conference happens at 2 o'clock. So that's when you'll see a big movement in the market. So if you guys are trading for that, like later in the day, watch out for 2 o'clock. Don't try to be in any position that you're not okay with. So try to read the news as fast as possible. But that's a news day that you want to pay attention to. The FOMC will play a huge part. Yeah, so if I ended up getting in, like I said, I wanted to over back here, would have made that quick point. But again, we had to stick with our rules and that hey, we had resistance coming up, a bit more area for a chop, so that's why I wanted to hold back. I'm okay with it. I have the high volume note for the day right here, guys, at 3404.50. Watch out for that. I think we are going for a little bounce, but that's why I said like, and this is potentially an area for a nice little top, right? Draw out our morning cut out for you guys before. What are we doing again? We're still just trading in that morning range, right? Yeah, Dragon, I agree with you. Today can easily just be a rotation until the a report comes out, but it's not always guaranteed, right? So we gotta pay attention. Go with the markets and how they're reacting. Because we do have that mini trend, right? Right now, it's still down. Trend, big trend, still up. And again, remember if you're trading inside of this range, make sure you're going for a quick scalp. Don't go for anything too crazy. The As always, let me know in the chat if you guys are in a trade or how it's going for you guys. Like, always interested, right? Always nice to make sure like everybody else is profiting as well. You want to see to break over the overnight highs? Okay. Yeah, that's always a move, right? Overnight highs, overnight low. bounced off one of our levels right here first. Oh, so you want to break out of this range and then break through the overnight highs? Yeah, that would be a nice play. Even going for a little morning breakout play would be nice as well. These quick scalps add up throughout the day. Keep approaching it right. Kind of want to wait till process comes back down. The overnight is my morning. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely on a different time frame, but I guess you could say time frame, right? Morning New York session starts at 9:30. So anything when we say overnight would just be, you know, since 1800 till 9:30. I guess that's why they use military time so everybody can be on the same page. I feel like to take a guess, he's trading the London time. Or on the East Coast completely then. I don't know my time zones. I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, you're in Portugal. Okay. I think that's like the one of the most interesting parts about YouTube, social media is like you can meet people from around the world, or you'll meet people from the same state or like in the state next to you, right? Some people in the chat have been, they said, I think one of them or two, Jersey, and then like other people were close by. It's always nice to see like you can meet people around the world that have the same interests, trying to do the same things. Okay, we are approaching the morning breakout range right now. I will be quiet for a little bit just so I can focus. I don't want it to come back in first real quick before I get in. Yeah, so probably watching my clock will be confusing, right? 10, 12. It's like 3 p.m. for you. Unless you're just following the standard time for the brokers, then we're all on the same page. Might go for a quick scalp if it tries to break out again. Quick 1 point scalp right there. I wanted to retest the breakout. I mean, how long have you been trading, Dragon? That quick, add another $100. Or is quick. This is one of the reasons I let it break out a little bit, come back down, and then I'll enter for the second time. Just because there's a lot of false breakouts lately, especially in this market. Some days it'll just continue, but I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. Rather be safe than sorry. That little push down again, but again, morning range, we will end up just going back and forth, creating that little chop. This is a bit more range than chop because we have a nice little area. Oh, nice, man. I'm sure the paper trading was fun, and then, you know, finally putting that real money is a big game changer. Your emotions finally start to come out, right? Yeah, if you're just trying to learn, like I do have that free course down below. I made it just so people can understand the markets, especially if you're new to the markets. Just complete course about like 5.5 hours long. Took me a while. Talked about everything, trading strategies as well as trading psychology, risk management, what the stock market is as a whole, and like good tips that you need to practice, and a template for your trading plan. But yeah, if you want to check it out, it's free below. But if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I know apparently I have to start asking for people to subscribe now. It's like that's a thing with YouTube. I'm trying to research on how to grow. It's like I gotta ask. Yeah, if you're starting out, micros is definitely a place to start out. What's up, Bruno? Gotta get that heart pumping and those sweaty hands. Yeah. Sometimes that that's our situation, right? A lot of times you're in a trade, everything's just like focused in. You're just like, okay, let me hit take profit as soon as possible. Let's get this over with. And that little worrisome gets to you. That's why when you start swing trading, you kind of just learn to ease back a little bit, let the things happen. Yeah, I'm very happy they came out with micros, guys. Like, I think that really changed the game for a lot of people. Because a lot of people started out with the regular ES and then they would lose a lot of money. And then they'd be like, oh, trading's not for me. Instead of realizing, hey, I just needed more practice. Like, trading isn't something you can just master in about like 30 days. It'll take a while. If you want to make good money, it's going to take a while. It's just like any other profession, right? It's a like, doctor, lawyer, anything. You have to go to school, you have to practice, Doctors spend years in the hospital doing rotations and residency, and then they finally become a doctor. Like years of education, it's required. The only benefit of trading is income can change within a quick amount. Quick, 1 month can really make a big impact for you. And I'm gonna start a micros account pretty soon just for fun, just to swing trade them as well. I like the NQ things, especially the micros. Yeah, the New York session is very rapid and a lot of stuff happens. There's a lot more volume. But with the New York session, you can be in and out in like less than 30 seconds or less than 10 seconds. Like most of my scalps are very quick, but overnight, it's more, hey, I know exactly what the trend is at the moment, so I can hold it out and I'll make my profits. It's just going to take some time waiting. But sometimes in the overnight session, you'll have some nice volume pump in. Thing short. Yeah, now it's trying to get a bit choppy. Thank you, laggy today. Let's see. Okay. I think ES is trying to control it today, and Q, they're not in sync for the most part. Going back and forth between range right now. Nothing special. Gotta wait. Yeah, I agree, Dragon. That is pretty common. Those pumps in the pre-market in the overnight. Still have my order left up here. Wanted to break out, push up again. Going on. Did anybody get into the Snowflake IPO? What a nice. Yeah, guys, it's just being choppy, choppy, choppy. Nothing on the algo for me at the moment there. Just gonna be waiting for a little while. This is important news day, so this is very normal. Look at the algo. We had that overnight session pump. Once we kind of plateaued at 655, before pre-markets open for the New York session, and then finally just started, a little bit of sell-off. But overall trend can still be to the upside, as long as we're not pushing through down here, right? So we get our nice little alerts right here. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get into anything inside this range at the moment. I'll go for the breakout to the range and anything after that, but I think I'll just wait it out. I don't want to get chopped around here. That chop will pretty much ruin a lot of people's accounts. And if it tries to break out below and try to push further, still gonna wait for it to pull back in and then go for the second breakout. Do any of you guys like to try to trade between ranges? Because I know there's a couple traders that like to trade the ranges only because they like to just go off the bounce of each time. Let me know. Let me know how that's working out for you. I'm more of a momentum and breakout player. That's just me. That's what I like. I know some people like that range. They just go off of the bounce to bounce. Like price action trading. Okay. Price action is always important. Yeah, man, there's multiple different ways of trading and making money in the markets. Like, there's a move happening every second, right? It's just a matter of finding your own personal game plan and just sticking it out. And that's like the one thing I love about trading, though. It's like the fact that there's like a million different ways that you can still be profitable. And Bruno, if trading the ranges is good for you and you like that, that's you, man. You have to do it. Yeah, the runners are nice. Sorry. I mean, you still can scale with the minis, but it's just like it just takes more time. But the whole point of trading minis is so that you can get comfortable with the markets, improve your skills, and then eventually just shift over to the ES. some buyers to pile up here. Not taking out. Right now, yeah, we're just in that morning range. Haven't broken through it yet. 1034. Might be a potential move right here, right? Finally get a little bit of a breakout. Still just chopping back and forth. Gonna have to sit still for a while. That's what it seems like at the moment. Nothing matches my setups. Nothing matches what I'm looking for. So it's like, just gotta wait. I think these are one of the days when ES puts you to sleep just because you're just watching it do nothing. Oh man. Coffee's finally wearing off. Okay, we're finally testing that morning range. Out, pull back in. Yeah, we're finally moving a little bit. For me, I wanted to go back in the morning breakout range and then I'll look for the second breakout, right? That's extra confirmation for us. Even though if we got in right here at 96, could have been taken out. Not really. Kind of just hit it and pulled back. But wait, moving slow, so time to think about everything. Pushing my order down, that way I can just drag it up. I don't want any sudden movement happening. Pull back up. Go. And we're finally tied. We have about like 2 minutes left on the candle. I'll wait for it to finish and then try to enter on the next candle. Okay, keep pushing up. Up. My order to 33.96. Just going for another quick scalp. See if we can get that push down again. And up here, my order's still there. This is just a complete range bound. Get some movement. I'm drinking coffee, but like ES is putting me to sleep. Trading the ES is like the biggest test of patience most days. Let's go already. I think after we get filled on one of these trades, I'll just call it a day and move out. No, I never wanted to hit my stop. I never wanted to stop me out. That's for sure. Like, I don't think you should be saying that either. Go to my target. That's something you should be saying, but never say just hit my stop and take me out. I'd rather wait it out and make that money. That's like one of the biggest things with trading, though. It's like 90% of your time is just sitting in front of your computer and just waiting for that setup to come. And then your trade legit lasts like about 10 seconds. Like how long were my trades this morning? Like in the pre-market, I doubt they were too long. Okay, they took a couple of minutes. 3 minutes. The average trade time was 3 minutes. You have to wait more than 1 hour. I mean, if you're waiting for more than 1 hour, it depends on the play you're taking. That's the one thing with the overnight, right? If I'm making a play that's gonna take like an hour, I'm gonna have my stop loss set in place and my take profit set in place, and I'm not gonna worry about it. Like right now, I can walk away from my desk with these orders in place because I know my risk is measured. Everything's perfect. I'm going for a quick scalp. If it hits, it hits. So I'm completely okay with that. Because that's what I do with my swing trades, right? I put my orders in, I forget about them. It hits my take profit, I'm okay. And then after the next day comes, I'll do a little trade review, understand what's happening in the market, how the stock's reacting, and then I'll move my stop up, and I'll still have my take profit still up there. Should be a quick play. Pump through. Come on. Do this.
Not filled.
Got filled. Let's see. Get that push. Quick push. Just going for a point. Come on. Don't play with me right now. Oh, it's playing with me. It's trying to play with me.
Order filled.
We're filled. That literally took less than 10 seconds. Literally 10 seconds. Profit for the day, 300. Quick scalps. Reading price action. Understanding breakout ranges. Very simple stuff that you guys can be doing as well. That is, if you wanted to. I'm just here to provide my opinions, right? I'm not your financial advisor or anything. Bounced off to the tick. Now it should probably push further down, but that's okay. We were going for our scalp. That was our move. We waited for it to push down first, break out, come back in, second breakout, quick move. If we got in on the first breakout, guess what would happen? We would have hit, would have pulled right back in. Oh, we're getting that pump, getting that push. Checking. Trying to see if I want to go for a bounce play right here. Just do one contract just for. Yeah, push right through. And see, when we get to 33.90, go for another quick point. This time I'm just gonna do one contract. We already made our profits. No point in giving them back. Let's just get that little push down here. I have to look at my dome again. Make sure order placement or order flow is proper. And the beauty of this is one, for resistance level, two, the whole number every 10 points. We see that little bounce happening. I like it. I'm gonna give it the next 13 minutes. After that, I'm gonna hop off. Yeah, I wanted to bounce off. That is right. 33.90. Looking for it to bounce off of that pivot. That push. Quick bounce. I want it to happen in the next 10 minutes. That way I can just done for the day for now. LIS was there. Like a tough area. 394. Could you just expand that abbreviation? LIS? I've never used that. Large in scale? Is that what you meant? Or the other one for it? Oh, line and sand. Yeah, that's something I've never. Nobody I know use that term, so it might just be a set group or something you learn about. But I'm googling it right now just to see. this isn't another trade gimmick, right? Because like the first link I clicked on is like, okay, pay for a $300 course and we'll teach you what the line in sand is. Who's your mentor, if you don't mind me asking? Doesn't seem like it. Still just being range bound. Oh, gotta wait. Patience is key, right? Yep, I'm just gonna be canceling my orders at this point. Probably not gonna hit by the time I'm at my desk. Might eventually happen. It's very normal. This is the breakout range. If it breaks out at 3406, go for a quick scalp. If it hits 3390, quick scalp. But then that can be probably end up signing off pretty. We got our profit for the day, 300. I was hoping for a bigger move, but we just took those quick scalps, easy entries, quick moves. What I like to see. Average trade time was only 2 minutes. 100% winning trades. I love seeing that green circle right there. Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day. We have $300 of profit on the futures. That's good. Um, and we will continue this tomorrow. We're here every day, right? Every day, every morning from 9:25 till 11:30. Trade live. And if you're new, please subscribe. You can always join us every morning. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and get those profits in if you're still trading.